It is currently the day after Valentine's Day, and I'm all alone on Genshin Impact with my date, Zhongli. I support him well. Feels like I haven't done a commentary in forever. I think that's just my intro for the past 2 years. Since July 24th, my goofy parents were living with me in an apartment under 800 square feet because they not necessarily bailed on their RV dream, but they realized that wasn't it. And they needed a place to stay, and they luckily found one, still within the state, but pretty far away from me, and finished moving out Monday night, and it's Wednesday night. And I've got my damn microphone back, dude. I got my capture card back. We're back in it. And Genshin has basically taken over what I play. We'll go over some of the other games, but this is gonna be like 95% a Genshin video. I just hit AR 59, I think right before the Super Bowl. I was absolutely grinding the new Sumeru area. I've had the forest finished for a while. Part 1 of the desert I cleaned up about a month ago, and over the weekend I 100%ed the sandstorm area. Now, do I have everything? No, because there's stupid remarkable chests that are like time gated and shit. And I'm not that much of a completionist, but I am trying to finish some of these teapot, what are they called? Sets. And one of them requires the no fishing ahead furnish, which is apparently hard to get if you YouTube that. But that ain't the point. Let's do a little self-account review. I've been wanting to do this forever. And finally I can. Decent timing, just hit AR 59. We'll see where I'm at. A lot of people seem to have like their own self-rules of how they play the game. It could be free to play, it could be, you know, crowning waifus only. That's a very popular one. Or it could be girls doing the opposite and only crowning the husbandos. God damn, those words are horrible. I don't really have too many. If I play the character and I like the character, I'm gonna run them in Abyss. I'm probably gonna 90 them. That's one. If those same rules apply to the character, I will usually get their normal attack to 2. So we'll see that coming up. And I really like to hyper invest in my supports to just absolutely min-max damage. I don't want, you know, a boss to have a sliver of HP and think to myself, well, if Bennett's burst was grounded, maybe it would have died because I'd have that much more damage. So the supports are hyper invested. So I don't really have that many 5 stars. You know what? Yeah, I have 6 well-invested 5 stars. Tignar does not count. As you can see, he has 300 attack and 0 EM. He has no gear on right now. And the Traveler definitely does not count. So, got a few 4 stars that are 90. And then Chungyun, who I was primarily playing for Raiden and National up until her rerun. So rather than start here, go to the character archive. We can see all the idiots I skipped and when I got the characters. So from the top, I got Diluc losing to Zhao. I've gotten Chi-Chi from the standard banner several times. Kaching stole my Kazuha. Mona was my first 5-star standard banner. You can see I started the game in my first 4-star. Let's see. Lisa, Barbara. It might have been Fischl. You can see how long it took me to get Xingqiu. This was the first day of the Zhongli banner. Swiped on that bitch. First limited character is Albedo. And I have just I've been skipping a lot of 5 stars. Dignar stole Nihida, and I don't really care that much because I'm not the biggest fan of Dendro. You can probably tell that. Enjoy Wanderer quite a bit. How about the weapons? Okay, so for the longest time, this was like 6 or 7 weapons, and ever since Engulfing came out, I've been doing up the weapon banner quite a bit. I got Elegy, and I think like my second weapon banner pull ever when the game first came out, because I originally wanted to use this with Aloy. God, I'll never remember how to pronounce her name, and I've beaten both of the Horizon games. I got both of my Skyward Atlases from the standard banner, Jade Spear from the standard banner, and Wolf's Gravestone from the standard banner. I got a lot of money on Christmas, and I didn't know how rare all of the limited time banners were. I didn't really know how this gacha or gachas in general worked, so I just blew the money I got from Christmas on the standard banner and hit, pity quite often. There was a lot of primos that could have been saved up for other things, oh well, but don't really have too many regrets besides the Ito incident with my account. I did save up for Lost Prayers because I wanted this on Ningguang because my crit damage circlets are much stronger than my crit rate. And boy am I glad I did that. And I won that 50-50 easy. It's not even 50-50, won the weapon baron. It's worse than that. Saved for Engulfing, got Haran and then Engulfing. And then on the most recent weapon banner, which came out about a week ago, so 2 days after Christmas, got Engulfing, snagged, didn't have to hit the path. It's 110 stack. This was not swiped. I saved 88 wishes. Didn't pull in the character banner much at all during this time. And our pity was at 20. Boom. Third 10 stack. Hit Skyward Spine. Ugh. Same 10 stack. Hit Aqua Simulacra. And the entire time leading up into this banner where we knew what the weapons were, I was not convinced on Homa or Aqua. I wanted Aqua just in general or on Yulan, and then Homa for my stupid C6 Zhongli. At first I was going to not use the epitomized path, but instead, last minute, I decided I actually used it, and I selected Homa. In 110 stack, I got 2 5 stars, filled the path. Insane value. Finish using my 88 wishes. And at about 60 pity, I hit Homa. So, didn't spend a dime. Quick recap of the last video where I was showing off Raiden. Hit Raiden C1. Got that 1 artifact. Hit Raiden C2. Both of those are 50-50 wins. I think I chased Goro C6 with those last few wishes. Or actually, that might have been Raiden C3. I just did a few single pulls because you never know, right? You never know. So then, February 7th, I have my Aqua, I have Homa. Desert is at like 10%. I start grinding away. Look at the single pulls. We are just... Once I got Primos, I wished immediately. There was no waiting. Ripping them. Single after single after single. And then on the 12th, which was the day before the Super Bowl, I was watching Nikki Limo's stream, who I've been a fan of for a very long time. And she's like a poker player now, and she has a small little community that watches her on Twitch. And she was heads up. After I checked Twitter, I was like, okay, I gotta watch and see if she's gonna win. She secured the W after needing a 10 and calling it on the turn. And she did a giveaway for a chat. Code word Franklin, which is the name of one of her cats. I typed it first immediately. I don't think she had the shuffle on, which is fine by me, because I won the giveaway. It was $50. It's the day before the Super Bowl. I just watched her win a tournament and I won $50. Of course I'm going to spend it on this stupid video game. Buy the $50 top up, and I was at about 50 pity at this point, and $50 is only like, it's not even 30 wishes. It's not good value at all. So, as you can see, I ran out of crystals for a 10 stack and then did 4 singles, and on the very last one, I hit Yelan and win my 4th 50-50 in a row. I think in around 150 wishes, I got 4 5 stars, and only one of them is not very good, where the other 3 were exactly what I wanted. That's Value Town, as far as I'm concerned. Very happy with how my account has been performing and performing, it's funny. Just not trying to whale, you know? I'm a little baby whale though. Alright, so back to the weapons. I don't know what to do with the Skyward Spine. If for some reason I want Shenhe like 2 years from now, maybe I'll put this on her with the max base attack and some ER, but then Favlance. I definitely like the 4-star lineup I have. I will use the catch on Xiangling when she's in like a monopyro situation or she's not vaping. Then, you know, of course the EM doesn't do anything if she ain't vaping. That's when I put the catch on her, but for now, it's just chilling. Oh, and the only bad thing that happened with the weapon banner in the past week was that I got one... Actually, I think I got 0 Favonius swords. I got this one to 70, and I was all excited because I was going to blow 90 wishes on the weapon banner. And I didn't get it one time, but I got 3 5 stars, so I'm not complaining. Alright, so let's look at the characters.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
I'm gonna start them off with the constellations first. Zhongli. Now you're thinking, oh, you know, it costs $800 to get a C6 5-star, or it's like 700 wishes. I got so lucky with this character. First time I had the opportunity to get him, January 25th, 2022. Saved up. Xingqiu was on the banner as well. I think I used the top up on that. And I got him to C1, and I got Xingqiu to like C5, and then finished Xingqiu on the Lantern Rite for C6. So, that was one swipe. He's announced with coming in 3.0, which he's used quite a bit because he was good for early Dendro resistance, because, you know, the Dendro pool wasn't very good at the beginning. Where now Need is out, and Jesus Christ. And I wanted C2 because, goddamn, the quality of life you get on this. It pains me when I see people like burst. It comes down and does like 28,000 damage, and then they have to hold shield. This constellation is insane. And I always had my eye on C4. It's wider and it stuns them longer. So I just decided to start ripping some single pulls. And I can show the video in the background, but I just got extremely lucky getting 3 single pulls, 3 5 stars in a row on single pulls. And then I had the entire forest to work with for primos, so I completely no-lifed that patch. And was that when the timer was less? Because it's like normally 3 weeks per 5-star, and I think that might have been only 15 days. So I didn't have much time to work with. Basically completed the forest, did the entire R&R and like side quests where you have to find all of them to unlock the like giant chest room where there's a luxurious and like 2 precious and a bunch of exquisites and commons and shit. Did all of that. Ended up winning the 50-50 to get C5. And then the moment I got C5, I told myself, okay, I'm gonna bust out the credit card. Because I played so much during that patch, it was exhausting. And I think I think I did the 100 and maybe the 50 to finish the C6, or maybe it was just the 100. And I won the 50-50 again. So I only lost 50-50 once, and that was to Chi-Chi on one pity. And I got him to C6, spending anywhere from only $200 to $250 and 2 runs. So at that point, you have to get Staff of Homa, because even though I think Favlance is his best weapon, it gives him a little bit of VR, and R5 Favonius anything is just absolutely stupid. When you have the 8200 and you peaked at like top 69 on the Akasha website, you have to actually get the Homa. So, EC6. Albedo will hopefully stay C0 forever. Instead, unless of course, he comes out in standard banner. C2 is actually not too bad. And if you want to burst, I guess C1 is... C3 would probably be decent as well. He should go to the standard banner. Wanderer. This character is insane. Venti is absolutely my style when it comes to like how I play Yu-Gi-Oh! And other games. I love the all-in nature of him. He's either going to dominate the enemy and just completely reward you in slotting him on your team, or he is completely worthless. That is exactly how my ABC Blind Second Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck worked. He's Shaddoll Fusion. He's either going to clear the content, or you might as well not even swap him. And he's goated for that. Raiden, C2. Going forward, if anybody is wondering what constellations are worth to pull for, this is the one. I really liked how I've treated my 5 stars, in which you get them the first time and then you don't get their game-changing constellation immediately. And you play with them for anywhere from 4 to 6 months to sometimes over a year with Hu Tao. And then the moment you roll for them again and get that C2, Zhongli, or C2 Raiden, or C1 Hu Tao, it's like, oh my god, this feels good. It's almost like you're free. The damage increase you get from C2 Raiden is unbelievable. Tighdari, not gonna talk about him. Dendro Traveler's kind of OD. C1 Yelan, and I've changed her build maybe 25 times in the past like 2 or 3 days. Yunjin is like the only 4-star that I've hyper invested and is not C6. And then here, speaking of C6, Ningguang, who's been on the bench unfortunately. Farazan, broken. Rosaria, Kaya, LOL, Official, XQ, Bennett, Xiangling, Chongyun, and Beidou. Mona. I think one of these was to the original Yelan, and then the other 2 are standard banner. Noelle, I have her maybe like C35. Izo. Good god. Didn't get Kazuha or him. When I panicked, pulled for Kazuha and got Kaching instead. Sayu, low-key one of the best characters in the game. You just give her a decent amount of crit rate, and you give her Favonius Greatsword and VV, and you just roll around in the open world, and that's all you need. Look at this goblet she's got on. Cryo damage bonus, but it has 7 crit rate, so. Barbara is holding some pieces we'll go over later. Star of another goddamn world. The Luke I tried, man. Yanfei. Literally just got her friendship 10 before I started making this video. Sarah tried to play hyper carry Raiden without Kazuha. Not the same. I will build her when I get Kazuha. Goro C5. I feel bad for people with Fars on C5, and I wonder if those same people have Ito and feel bad for me for having C5 Goro. Lisa C0, and then these guys are just the bench warmers. They're all like level 20. And I will send them to get the Acquaint Fate. Hello. A lot of Kachings lately. I've gotten 2 Kachings in the last 20 pulls of Standard Banner. So that's pretty cool. C0 Kuki. I want to like this character. I like how she looks. And I don't mind her kit, but I don't like Dendro, so. Kale was on the Zhongli banner, so of course I was going to get her C6.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Alright, before we get into the builds, let's look at the talents. Triple crowned him recently. I would like to crown his burst. Wow, I would like to crown his skill. Maybe one day. Oh, these 16 books take forever, man, I swear. Probably gonna leave him there for a long time. I have 2 characters at 8, 9, 10. Raiden and Yelan. I like how it looks. Not gonna move his anytime soon. Man, I put a lot of investment into this character. Another 8, 9, 10. Yunjin. I'm telling you, hyper invest in the supports, baby. The original triple crowner. Farzan, who I want to get going. I really like playing her in like a DPS way. I'll put a clip in here where she has Skyward Harp on an emblem, and I think I hit like 120k burst, and I want to get these numbers up, honestly, because I like doing her charge shot after skill, even when she's on a support build. Rosaria, I don't think I'll use a crown on her. I might get these to 12. But, man, I do not like using resin on anything that's not an artifact. It just feels like a waste. I like how the 10, 11, 12 looks. He's going to stay there probably forever. Same with Fischl. Same with this idiot. If for some reason I ever farm Crimson Witch again and get Mistsplitter, I will probably get his normal up to like 8, if not crowned. Because I really like the C6 double Hydra playstyle with Xiangling. Xiangling's lucky he's got this far. So is Beto. Man, I want to like this character. I really do. I think it's just the fact that I don't like any of the Claymores. I mean, I've got Wolf's Gravestone, Serpent Spine, and a R5 Faf Sword, but I just... her kit hasn't quite clicked with me yet. Speaking of a kit not clicking, fucking Mona. No idea what to do with this character. One day, I'm gonna go to the Geo domain. Look at the way she's all nervous. I'm talking about her. This guy's awesome, but I mean, Jesus Christ, I could get him going. I don't know. He's confusing. I really got his normals to 6. Oh, it's because when I started playing with the... I always get the battle pass, and they give you a shit ton of Inazuma mats, and like Raiden was like the only Inazuma character that I got, and I got her in April, and I started playing in November, so I had 5 months of just randomly picking Inazuma mats, and it added up to, well, I still have 38 purples left over, so that's why I ended up leveling up his talents. I mean, look, there's like no Inazuma characters in here. Raiden's the only one. I guess Beto counts, right? It's like... I tried. Where was I? Alright, so Sayu's awesome. Barbara. I have 9 left over. When did I get those? Yo. That's another 3. Fuck, dude, I should get her freaking normals going. Maybe I'll get the Barber skill and normal attack and burst up. Does this do anything special? 80 burst cost. Nice. Oh boy. She also uses freedom, and they're like the only 2 characters that use freedom. And I was just like, fuck it. I wanted to make this character work, man. I really did. I'm gonna talk about Yanfei more in a bit. I had some leftover shit. I mean, look at that, 64. God damn, that's a lot. His skill's the only thing you need to level up, which is awesome. Very low investment character, but you know, C5. And then, oh my god, I anointed Toma. I was gonna play him in double pyro, double Animo with Wanderer. Yeah. God damn it. I wasted a freaking level 2 talent on this guy. Oh well, maybe if I get him C6, we'll get him back in the game. Damn. Shouts to Diona. Alright, we'll get the Ito incident out of the way. Even though I've talked about this before. Zhao was coming instantly in 2022. I was still a noob at that time, only been playing for about 6 weeks. I meant to buy 10 wishes on this screen. I forgot that you had to go to here. Or here to get it from the Star Glitter. And I just accidentally hit triangle. There is no confirmation if you have the 10 wishes. And I just pressed triangle on the screen while I had the wishes. Because I wanted to convert the rest of my primos into wishes. Because it looks cool in the top right. Instead of the 571, you know, it would say 3. And I was sitting on like 70 pity. And it wasn't even... And I think... was it guaranteed? No, it wasn't, because I'd only gotten Albedo. So, I won the 50-50 and hit pity and got Ito. And then I remember I ended up doing, I think, my first swipe after that, because I was broke on Prima Gems. And then I got Diluc, and I didn't get Zhao. So my account was changed the moment that that happened. Very frustrating. And I just don't like Ito, so he just chills here. I've had him forever. GG. D2. Why is this character? Speaking of, oh, I don't like this character either. I don't like this character either. I really don't like the characters that I don't play. Okay, let's look at some builds. My Zhongli has flat defense on everything except for the circlet. But we have insane crit value here with 2 HP percent rolls. My best feather, which I got very recently. And it's on tenacity, so if I ever want to switch to tenacity on him, we have a decent piece here. Another very high crit value Sans, or Noblesse piece. Okay, I can't talk, forgive me, but the 9.9 HP percent, that's 9.3, unlucky. He wants HP, and I've got an attack Sans, a little balance. Unfortunately, double min rolled crit damage here. This should just be solid, like 10-14, it would look so much better. But we have another HP percent, and then the circlet, which hits attack percent and crit damage twice with flat HP. The flat HP is probably equivalent to a low to mid roll HP percent. So if we do the math on that, let's say that's 1, 2, 4, none here. That's 6 HP percent rolls. And then with Homa, it's another 20. 6 times, let's say an average HP percent roll is 5. That's 30 plus 20 here. So he pretty much has an HP Sans on with an attack Sans. Let's see how right I am on that. Homa is 26.5. Give him 5 Lance. And we will give him this and then strip him of anything that says HP. What is his base HP? Oh, it's only 15? No, that's pretty high, isn't it? Oh, he doesn't have a flower. He needs to actually have a flower on. My math is insane. Would you look at that? So with a lot of these characters that I've quote-unquote built, the sands can vary depending on the character, and then if the stupid Reddit standard is to have a different sands, you look for that substat on the other pieces. So with Zhongli, you want HP percent rolls if you're going to use an attack sands. On my Yulan, who I've changed 1,000 times in the past 2 days, I have Aqua. This is what we've settled on. We got Emblem. I stole Zhongling's flower because of the 3 ER rolls. If you don't have decent ER, you'd want an ER Sands with Aqua because of her 70 burst cost. So we have a flower with 16 ER, a feather with 15 ER, Sands with 11, none in the goblet, and unfortunately not on the circuit, but we do have 10% more HP. And that adds up to 160 ER with clean 85 crit rate, well 84.9, and over 200 crit damage. I've been messing around a lot. Now I have this piece with 26 HP and then ER and crit rate, or this one with HP percent and then only crit rolls, or this one with more crit but less crit rate, or my onset one which has HP, ER, and crit damage. This is the one that's going to stick though. 160 is a very healthy amount when you are using this weapon and no ER. And also 160, 20 from Emblem, so that's 140. That's pretty much an ER Sands on her. I'm about 10 short. Raiden, or specifically my Raiden, is another perfect example. The off piece is a flower that was a 4-liner and only hit crit. Rolls are unfortunately a little bit low, didn't quite get to 50, but I'm not complaining. The God Mode feather that I got, the same day I said if I get a good piece I'll wail on her. And then an attack Sands. You see everyone and their mother use an ER Sands here. First of all, if we sort by energy recharge, I only have 6. This one's not coming off of the Guoba Master. It has EM, the rolls are low, it's perfect for Zhongling. This one is the exact same as this one. HP up top, a flat stat in the second place, 1 crit line in third place, and it hit it once, and then exactly 13.4% attack at the bottom. Very odd. You could probably make the argument to use this and then go here. Whoops. And you know what? We're gonna look at Enka for that one right now because I don't think I've ever done that. But yeah, she has, I mean, this is a 3-liner that is basically all high rolls, double max roll ER, 2 high crit damage rolls, and then 2 high crit rate rolls. Excellent piece. I got this goblet, I think a few days after Christmas. The first 3 rolls of crit rate were minimum, but then it ended up clutching up and going high and then hitting ER. Very happy with this one. I was using this for a little bit, I was using this for a little bit, I was using this for a little bit. Her goblet has changed a billion times. And then Circlet, which I've had for God knows how long. This is one of the first emblem pieces I ever leveled up. And it's somehow my best Circlet. If you sort by crit damage, crit rate, it is the first one. I got this one pretty recently as well. But the attack percent and a little bit higher crit rate counters the ER roll. I actually want to see what she looks like on field. Pyro Resonance. $21.54. Oh, and she doesn't have 1,000 defense. Oh, thank God, because I was using this as an off-piece, but it has 13% defense. Look at that max defense roll right there, just looking at me. You know, this might actually end up being better. It'd be very funny if I discovered a ride and upgrade while doing this. Let's look at the only 4 husk pieces that I have. This will get fed if I ever go back to this domain. This feather is actually pretty strong. This sands is hilariously average. The goblet is got some defense percent and 3 crit rolls. I mean, I don't know. And then this damn circlet that miss crit damage every single time. Let's see, 1 in the defense, 2 in HP, and 1 into attack. Yeah. I have 2250 attack. Lost Prayer. 4-piece shim. C2. And talents. Excellent crit ratio and 120 ER. My only Shimanauer flower. My only Shimanauer feather. The God mode 3-liner sands that only hit crit damage. An excellent goblet that a lot of people would sleep on. Decently high crit rate rolls and then attack percent. Very good. And this circlet upgrade that I was so goddamn happy to get. Before this stupid Akasha website murdered the formula where you need 1 billion ER in this character to have any presence in the leaderboards, I was like top 200 out of like 20,000 people and stuff. I think I was doing something right. Venti. This shit doesn't even matter as long as you burst. This will end up being on Kazuha. I want to get rid of this thing. Good God, that's a +0 right there. Speaking of. And then I've had this forever when I wanted to go for a 2-piece on Ningguang, and I was like, oh God. This ain't it. But I snagged this one. This is a decent off-piece. Don't like Tignari. My Yunjin is cracked. Just 2-piece noblesse right now. Because whenever I play her, I usually have 4-piece noblesse on Xingqiu for Kaya, so don't need 2 users. I got this flower recently. It max rolled defense percent every time, and high rolled crit rate, and I have an ER roll. This is a god piece. This feather, triple min roll, or triple, I don't know if it was triple min roll, but the rolls are low on this crit rate right there. The ER as well, but those are the stats you want. The Blizzard Trader Sands, that is just bananas. Goblet's very good too. And this is like one of the best defense circlets on Genshin. I don't even have to look into it at all, I just know it is. I think is that triple max roll crit rate and then triple high roll ER with the crit damage, and the ratio is like 61 on a triple defense Yunjin. You don't see that. Of course, the set bonus is trash, and you know the goal is to get Husk, but she has 2300 defense, and usually you see Yunjins with like 2500, so I'm not too far behind. I think with her, you can definitely sacrifice some defense if you are just constantly bursting the moment you swap to her, and that's what that 61 crit rate with the Fab Lance is for, with the 220 ER. My poor Ningguang. She's on the wrong weapon. So many of her pieces have been stolen, but right now, she's just on things that have attack and crit. It's a sad day. I've been playing Farzan a lot with, that didn't look right. Normally she's at 7787, but I'm trying to get this website to update, so this is what it looks like for right now. But it's usually 7787 with like 240 ER. She's on FV right now because I've been playing her with Yelan and Wanderer, and you Yelan Breakthrough Barb, switch to her, swirl it, and then switch back to Yelan skill, burst skill, and then switch to Wanderer and mash auto attacks, and whatever you're aiming at is going to die. So if it's just with Bennett and Zhongli, you definitely want 4 emblem on her. which we definitely have some pieces left over, right? I mean, I only have 5 flowers. My Rosaria is kind of clean. Just came up with this build recently. I have a few with 100.1, but we'll go with the 99. We'll go with the 98.9. She was on Melt for the longest time, but Melt's not good right now. You need a shield for that team, and I don't feel like changing everything back, so 13 crit here with ER, 13 crit, 9 crit, and some ER. God, the defense percent. Goblet's very sound, and the circle's good. Can't wait to play some Ayaka Freeze, baby. Speaking of Ayaka Freeze, this boy got his weapon stolen and his circle stolen. Ugh. Pretty good. It was for Melt. For Melt. And for Melt. Don't play him really anymore. In this abyss, unfortunately. My official is the flat defense queen. We've got 1 here, 2 here, 2 here, 1 here, and 3 here. Harp carries this build with the 9145 and 2400 attack. It is what it is. So just recently, I switched out Xingqiu to a 2-piece noblesse and Heart of Depth, because Yelan batteries him at C1, which is hilarious. So even though he has, you know, 80 burst cost, and I don't have good leftover emblem pieces, this shit max. I mean, the HP and the EM ain't doing anything, but we got 34 crit here. One of my OG pieces that could have been 50 CV, but it decided to hit attack twice and ER once. Insane Sands with the flat defense, let's go. Of course, the 40 crit damage goblet. And then originally this two-piece Heart of Death was on Yelan, and then I had like Tenacity as the other. But we put it on him, and according to Pat's favorite website, Akasha, they really like it. Because I'm in the, I'm 152nd out of 34,000 people with 120 ER. If they had Jade Cutter on. So, this build is fire. My Bennett curse piece that I wanted to put on Yelan. The plus 20 is flat HP. I haven't gotten a Sans upgrades, and I have had this Sans for like a year. This is one of the best Pyro Goblets in Genshin Impact. And then, Jesus Christ. I would use this, but this is what it normally looks like. 4580 with 240 ER. And then with this, 4590 with 250 ER. If we look at his instructor build, we keep this goblet. Normally everyone says, oh, you know, use a 5-star Sans if you're going to use instructors. Well, when your Sans is competing with this Pyro Goblet, this is actually more ER. I've been definitely looking for an Instructor's Feather and Flower with ER. I've not been lucky. But I actually have better crit on Instructors than I do with my Noblesse. And if I got Skyward Blade, you add 50 ER to that? Oh my god, it would be so good. It's funny looking. Alright, so my Xiangling, she just got her flower stolen by Yelan. Normally she had this. I've been looking at these numbers forever. Almost 500 EM with 190 AR. National Queen. But she will take my cursed 4-liner that didn't hit crit once. And I got this artifact while butt naked and with no glasses on. And when I got the artifact, I was like, what? Am I seeing this correctly? And I plus 18'd it. and didn't hit crit once, and I plus 20'd it, and it hit attack percent one more time, and I wanted to cry. She's got the 1-to-2 ratio on lock. She got the EM still, and she's got a little bit more attack. So, this is a good trade. The Feather is a 4-liner that only hit EM, and then crit twice, I guess. These are pretty much the same piece, but I'm comfortable with the 188 ER. And this crit damage triple min rolled. If this was 20 crit damage, trust me, this one would be on. Sands we looked at before. The Goblet, I got this from the Spiral Abyss. I want to give this to Yanfei one day, but I have 3 Wanderer's pieces. Oh, I have 4. Forgot about that one. Circlet. Goblet. No Sands. The Feather. No Flower. If I get a Flower or a Sands, I can build 4-piece Yanfei. Boom. Showing you nothing. Beto. I did an Abyss clear with this setup, and this Sands is very good. This might end up being on Aiga. I mean, this shit worked. She got the 1-to-2 ratio, and she got some ER. It was with Fischl. Her ER wasn't even a problem. I can't tell when she's doing damage, so it's hard for me to pinpoint how good she is. I hate this character. I have 1 piece for Noelle. Let's go. What is this? Cryo Goblet. Huge. I want to have like the world's best Kikomi. I've been into the Asini domain for like a month. At least. I have this flower as a potential off piece. Or this flower. If I want to use Noblesse on her. No feathers yet. This Sands, which is money. She'll be good in freeze or some kind of electro charge team, or Sukokomon, whatever the hell they call it. And then I have this Goblet, which I think the +4 is HP percent, and then it proceeded to hit it 2 more times, and it's on set. Oh my god, it's so good. And then I have this Circlet, which unfortunately has defense. None of the other pieces do, but it's got a shit ton of EM and ER. This is on Bennett quite a bit. These are my Tenacity Circlets. This piece, Kuki, I guess, I don't know. This piece is Thanos piece. I have no crit rate or crit damage to Tenacity Circlets. It's a struggle. Want to see my eye can build? This flower? This feather? Maybe this Sands? We'll just do this Sands for now. This Goblet. And then this Circlet. Let's not do Veritas and Hunt. Let's do Moon's Moon. She'd have almost 30 crit rate. Let's give her Mist Splitter and her Ascension stat. That's 88 crit damage. So that's, what was that, 277? And the 140 ER. And then Rosaria giving her 15, plus Blizzard Strayer giving her another 40, plus Cryo Res. Is that 100 crit rate? On frozen enemies? Did I just do the math on that one? I think I did. Alright, let's strip her again. This character is kind of bonkers for Wanderer Hyper Carry in like domains where you just need to do 1 rotation. You give her Thrilling Tales. The numbers you get with Bennett Burst, Farazan, and Thrilling Tales and Prior Resonance and Shimenawas, it's really high. So I did have this flower on Yulan. She stole it. This feather gives me the 2-piece Tenacity and the 17 ER. This is Sands for the 2-piece emblem. This Goblet, which ain't doing anything. It could be this one. You know what? No, I need the HP for the shield, because I have her C4. I think I want a 90er to get the shield going. This C4 is 45% of her max HP. So the shield currently is like 10,000 or 11,000. If I get her to 90, she'll probably be right around 30. I mean, that's like a 30% shield upgrade, so I'll probably end up doing that. Oh, that's resin not getting artifacts though. But yeah, my Elan feels real. She got a decent amount of ER too. Oh, and the circlet. It's a funny circlet. It's really good. Oops. I don't think anyone else has any artifacts. So I'm looking at Akasha, and this damage is not as good as the previous one because my crit damage is way down. I mean, it's 15 less crit damage, but I was still pretty high. I went from top 1%. I went from top 2% with engulfing to top 5%. So I dropped quite a bit. So I still think the attack sands is better. Shocker. I'm just gonna do a quick wipe through on all of the artifacts that I have. I got this from the Abyss. What am I supposed to do with this thing? Same with this one. Have yet to farm that domain. 2 solid gilded pieces. Some deep wood shit. That's a great piece right there. I thought I was gonna get Zhao, so I went to Vermilion for like half a second. I got some good stuff. The emblem. I don't want to do emblem ever again. I'm pretty satisfied with my pieces. I could definitely get some better sands. Like an ER sands with double crit, but I don't have any ER sands with double crit besides one, so. The goblets, god damn dude, defense, defense, flat, defense, flat, defense, flat, attack, flat, HP, flat HP again, flat HP again. Oh, no flat rolls on this one. For like almost a year, I only had 2 circlets, and then in a span of like 17 days, I plus 20 and kept 4 circlets. This was one of them, this was one of them, and this was one of them. This was even one of them too. It was these 4. Because I think they saved these in order. Yeah, because this is the first one I got, and then I got this one. Yeah, they sort these by when you got them for sure. So that's pretty cool. Shimanao is not evenly represented with emblem. This is a pretty good what's it called? Pale Flame Flower. I'm keeping both of these for potential Kaza off pieces. If I need ER and crit, boom. If I want just EM, boom. I hate this goblet. The flowers, I mean, look at these. Flat attack, ER, crit. Added flat attack on both. The crit damage rolls are low on this one, but I mean, they're solid. They're not on anyone though. This one's solid. This is a good Favonius piece. This is a great Kooky Feather, I'm pretty sure. These sands are almost identical. 14 crit rate on the second line. I don't know how I pulled that off. This hasn't been used in a long time. Pog. This piece is great. If I use the catch on Xiangling, I usually switch to this to get some of the EM back. And I don't need the ER or attack percent. 2 Water Depth pieces. Oh wait, no, I got 3. Because this is my only physical goblet, which is actually pretty strong. Ugh. And I have a shit ton of noblesse pieces. This was on Yunjin before the tenacity one. 3 ER rolls, defense percent roll. I feel like I have strong artifacts, but I don't have a lot. And then a lot of them are just very suspect. Like, I'd use this on Zhongli. Oh, I forgot to mention another one of my rules. None of my Geo characters can have EM. So I can't, I'm not putting this on Zhongli. There's, nope. This is a really good, either Goro, or just if you need ER. I've had this on Bennett before, where I needed the 24 ER. and I needed no plus. But then I got the goblet from hell. Speaking of VR, Blood Defense, Pog. What a good looking artifact. I really like my Crimson Witch Sands. Like, this is a great piece. This is very solid. And then, of course, there's this one. Keeping this onset goblet, you never know. And then, man, this circlet should be better. I really want more Thundering Fury because this feather is cracked. These two circlets. This one avoided crit damage. This one min-rolled it. They both hit flat defense twice. And then they both have attack percent. Very odd. My Wanderer's pieces are really good. I've never strongboxed it. VV. Some decent flowers. Not for DPS VV, but more support. Potential swirling. Shit. I really need some better sands though. My VV sands are poop. My VV goblets are also pretty poop. Circlets, this one is gonna put Kazo at like 1,000 million defense. This is a great Venti or Farazan piece. 7777777. Thanos. My Glad, I've pretty much never strongbox Glad, so a lot of these are world boss drops. I've had this forever. Just along with this one. Geo goblets are hurting. I got this when I was actually farming for Crimson Witch and I wasn't strongboxing it, and this is a 3-liner that only hit crit. And then these are pretty much all strongboxed. Because once Sumer announced that they were gonna add a bunch of things to the strongbox, I decided to do Blizzard Trader. I put like 300 pieces into it. The majority of these came from that. Actually, not that many, because I kept doing it afterwards and I got better pieces along the way. What am I supposed to do with this? The moment I confirmed an attack percent circlet is not as good as the crit damage one, this one's gone. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to show you my quest log. So yeah, remember when I said I was going to talk about things that weren't Genshin? I kind of forgot to do that. So let's do that right now. I have 900 hours in this game, and I started playing in November 2021. And this isn't even right, because I've played a little bit on PC, a little bit on my mom's phone, because my phone didn't have enough storage, and I played on PS4 originally. 226. So I'm probably right around 1,200 hours on this stupid game. And I have probably spent about the same amount. I'm at like $1 an hour, which is, I think, a decent ratio. If you think of it just as a video game, of course spending over $1,000 on a video game sounds insane. But if you think of it like a card game and you're gonna continue to play it, it's not nearly as bad. I've spent so much money on cards that I don't even use in real life, but because I've used them in games like Master Duel and EDO Pro, I wanted to have them in real life. So when I think of it like a card game, I think it's not that bad with how much I've spent. Master Duel, Unicarry got banned again. Like, I don't know what to do with my life. I'm gonna get into Infamous First Light. It went on sale early February and it was like $7. I recently 100% Ragnarok. It's just so good. It's hard to put into words. I got the season pass Titina. I want to get back into that with the homie. Returnal's fantastic. The Forspoken demo I played for maybe 4 minutes. Dangerous Driving is probably the worst game of all time. Ghost of Tsushima. Fant 4-stick. I think I just needed to verify a save on God of War. Definitely did not play this 4 months ago. Second Son was awesome. I went the villain route, of course, because Renegade for life. 100%ed the game. Well, yeah, I got all the achievements. So, no New Game Plus, though. These games, when it takes 95 hours to 100% the game, I don't want to play it again. With that being said, the gear you have at the end of Ragnarok, I think I will New Game Plus this one. Because I didn't New Game Plus Ragnarok, I didn't for Tsushima. Actually, I started it, but I'm not going to finish it. I did not for God of War. I did not for Second Son. I will not for Horizon. I will not get to 100 hours on the stupid PGA Tour. I did not on Horizon, the first one. And then, man, I really tried to play Bayonetta. Like, I really did. Like, that's a hard hour right there. It's just too foreign. I do want to play Vanquish. Was not a fan of Days Gone. The most unrateable game of all time. I put 3 hours on Final Fantasy VII. Good God, I did not do a New Game Plus for Spider-Man. All these games, it just takes a little bit too long to beat to play it again. So yeah, there you have it. Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Extremely happy about that. Name card setup is fire. I have a shit ton of achievements. Wizards in the Wind is impossible. And so is Tales of Winter. Probably gonna grind these out at some point. I don't do ley lines, so I'm probably never gonna get that. I just finished this. Look, it takes every 4 months because you can plant 4 of these, you can plant 2 of these at a time, and you can only plant 1 at a time. So math would suggest if you do this every day, it's gonna be 4 months apart, and it is. Oh fuck, is that 5 months? I took a break. I swear to God, I took a break on this because it was so time wasting. I don't know. I mean, look at this. I set up the wrong waypoint in the teapot for the first time. December 1st, 2021. And it took that long to get. Stop! Gather time. Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't even talk about the card game. It stinks. Okay. Okay, somehow I forgot to talk about the Spiral Abyss and the challenge summary. So, 11/17/2021 downloaded the game. By February 2022, I was getting 27 stars. And I think that this was the first time I went up against the Perpetual Mechanical Array, and the gear was not ready. I did get 33 stars. And then the next Abyss changed, and Raiden came out. And ever since then, we've been 36th in that joint every time. 52 times, only 26, 30, only 18, 17, only 12? That's gonna change. Elan comes out, didn't like that one too much. Back in the 40s, here we go. 108 runs, 89 runs, 90s, didn't like that Abyss that much. Right, National, okay, 19 times, 27. Where in the world Oh, this is November. This is just 11? Whoa, 175 times we loaded up Xingqiu. No, this is definitely by month. That is so much. Holy cow. So yeah, you can tell when I really like actually got into the game. It was basically here when it was like, okay, my gear is finally like I'm 8 months in, I'm finally doing damage and I'm just gonna run the abyss with different characters. I think that's hilarious to look at.